Hello Matt, there's a lot to get through in this vlog, so let's just get going straight away. So the first point of discussion is your punishment. Now, I sort of come up with a little idea for it. You didn't really answer the question I gave you about your punishment, but in my last vlog. But anyway, your punishment, I have sort of decided, will be run the length from your house to Caversham Park Road along the Henley Road and then back in only a vest, shorts and flip-flops in the freezing cold January morning of Reading. I sort of don't want to spoil your fitness program and marathon program, but I also want to kind of punish you, so doing it in the freezing cold January weather of Reading is actually a pretty good idea in my opinion. So yeah, you need to run from your house to Henley Road, up to Caversham Park Road, and then back down in just a vest, shorts and flip-flops. I was going to do barefoot, but then I decided that maybe stones would be a bit of a problem, so I don't want to really injure you, I just want to make you get hypothermia. Only joking, I don't need to get hypothermia, but yeah, that's your punishment for now. I may make amendments for it, and thank you Ben for giving me a little bit of an idea for that punishment. Right, the second point of discussion is your first question you asked me, which is about Donald Trump and a wall around Mexico. Now, I don't really like talking about politics because every time I do I get really passionate about it, so all I'm going to say in this regard is as long as they keep it open to legal immigration, that is completely fine, but if it's to stop illegal immigration, that is fine, because illegal immigration is a problem. But that doesn't help the fact that if it's meant to stop all people from getting through, that's just a block of human rights. So yeah, I'm not completely against it if it's just completely legal, like meant to help the law, but if it's not to help that, then maybe not. Then again, there are a lot of other countries that have walled off borders. The Germanys, for instance, North Korea and South Korea. And the USA and Canada. Wait, no, that's technically the anti-wall. Anyway, that is literally the border between the USA and Canada. I mean, technically the countries I mentioned were kind of war-torn countries, but yeah, to stop any illegal immigration, that's completely fine in my opinion. And your other question was, how long do I think it'll take you to run a half marathon? Now, I don't really know how long a half marathon is, so let me just look it up. On my Kindle you can see the bright shining light. How long does it take to run the half marathon? I'm sort of working out of this because I have no idea how long a half marathon is, so I have no idea. How long will it take you to run a half marathon? I have no idea. I don't even know you, Christine Luff. Doesn't say anything. Right. 13 miles. Oh, well, hang on. Okay, that's marathon 4 hours 19, so divided by 2, that's 2 hours and 10 about. I will say 2 hours 30, because it's your first half marathon, so that's what I'm going to say, 2 hours 30 minutes for the Reading half marathon. Right, so the movie review time. Now, you've seen what the movie is from the title, and I've just got a little confession to make. Before last week, I'd only ever seen The Dark Knight once, and I'd never seen Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry, okay? I'm so sorry. That was until last week, though. I have seen them now. So my question to you, Matt, is are there any film franchises out there, or films in general, that you're just embarrassed to admit that you haven't seen? Because definitely Batman, the Dark Knight series is one I was... Because I'd seen Dark Knight, but it wasn't really actually watching it. I don't remember when it was, and I mean, I can remember a lot from it, but anyway, the reviews of Batman Begins. So, I'm not going to talk about The Dark Knight until next week, so let's go. Right, so Batman Begins comes at the tail end of Batman and Robin, by far the worst superhero film ever made, until Catwoman. But it came off that late, and it was a really dark interpretation of what the Batman character would have been if he had an origin story. and I think this is the first real attempt at an origin story they did. I think, and it is probably one of the most in-depth origin stories that I know of. I can't think of a lot of origin stories out there that really had as many character details as this one explored. So, do any of you really want the story of Batman? Like, I think you all know it's Bruce Wayne. His parents were killed when he was very young, and he was forced into outlaw, and he was family owned a rich business, but he wanted better things from the world, so he went off exploring, became a criminal, and then met into a League of Shadows where he trained as a martial artist for many years, and then he came back to Gotham, finding that the town his family once stood for was being completely destroyed, and he's basically created a character of Batman to save it. Batman story in a nutshell. Now, I really have to give credit for how in-depth the character study of Bruce Wayne / Batman is in this one, because they really do show every single aspect of what someone who was really well known and then sort of comes back into the limelight and is really no one likes him, and then like after a while like this other character comes along, which is no one knows is Bruce Wayne. There's only one other character in the whole movie who knows is Bruce Wayne, Batman's Bruce Wayne, and you know two by the end of the movie, and yeah, it does go into that real good character depth, and that's all helped along by Christian Bale's performance, by far the best thing in the movie. Now, I am aware Christian Bale did get progressively a bit worse as the series went on, but this film he was by far at his best. His portrayal as Bruce Wayne, really playboy, really great portrayal of who a rich billionaire would be like if he was like just in the minds like a 24-year-old. And as Batman, this movie you could take him seriously. Yeah, you could take him seriously in this one. But of course there are several other characters. Literally, this movie is so chock-a-block full of characters, I don't even know where to start. So let's just start off with Alfred, the butler of the Wayne family for many, many years, played by Michael Caine. Definitely great performance. He knows what Bruce Wayne's trying to do, and he helps him in every way, but he still has a bit in his back of his mind saying, maybe this isn't a good idea, but I'll go along with it because it's pretty much my whole family tradition to be butler to this guy, so yeah, I've got to go along with it. Katie Holmes plays Rachel, one of Bruce's childhood friend, who becomes, they sort of share a bit of romantic interest, not too much, which I think is really good. They don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they're sharing on-screen kiss or something in this movie. But yeah, it is really good, their chemistry. But I will say the performance isn't too interesting. And then you had the head of League of Shadows, played by Liam Neeson, Ra's al Ghul, who I will probably say not the most ideal casting. I vision Liam Neeson as much more of a hero character, but he's really to pull it off in this movie. He does sort of play his natural, elegant role, but it does still work in kind of a villain way, because he's not essentially the villain throughout the entirety of the movie. He is technically a mentor in League of Shadows to Bruce Wayne, but his plan is eventually revealed, and the motivations are actually really good, if a little bit choppy in some areas. Because like the movie has sort of got three villains sort of split up into three different sections of the movie, when Bruce Wayne's actually Batman, and Falcone is your usual gangster, not that interesting. You have Liam Neeson as the first one, Ra's al Ghul, quite good again, but then Scarecrow I don't like. He just seemed a bit of a random character. He's a really terrible middleman. You could have just cut him out and put Liam Neeson in there, to be honest. The only thing that was unique about him was the mask, which I think is a pretty good design, but just the way he's sort of defeated in this movie, it's quite cheap. But then you have two of the greatest actors of all time playing two of the best side characters of all time, Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman, and Commissioner Gordon, Gary Oldman. What can I say? What can I say? Like, they both know, well, Lucius Fox only knows Bruce Wayne, doesn't know he's Batman, yet. I'm not sure about The Dark Knight. It sort of had a little bit in him. You may think he believed he was Batman, but Batman Begins definitely only believed he was Bruce Wayne. Didn't know he's Batman, I think. And Commissioner Gordon, or Lieutenant Gordon in this movie, doesn't know he's Bruce Wayne at all. He doesn't even... Okay, he does see one scene of him very early on in the movie, but for the rest of the movie he only knows him as Batman. Which is really good. He's also, I like how he's the only cop who is not corrupt in Gotham, which is quite refreshing to play like that. Really stern-minded police officer, still abides by the law, and he wants to hold up the city's honour, which is presented by Bruce Wayne's banner of father. The movie really goes full circle in a lot of places. Right, so this is going to be a pretty long vlog, so I kind of want to speak a little quicker so I can end the vlog quicker, because it's already been recording 16 minutes 32. So yeah, good things about the movie: casting, pace, enjoyability. It's all very good. Like, I will say, I don't think I've had as much fun in a superhero movie. Yes, I think this is more enjoyable than The Dark Knight as a movie, not better movie. I'd just say it's more enjoyable. And yeah, casting's very good, origin story very good, and yeah. However, there are a couple of bad things. Everyone points out the action scenes, and yeah, they're not well shot or edited. It's really, it does kind of look like that is basically every single shot in the movie. It basically lasts as long as that. And yeah, in action scenes, it's shot really good otherwise, but yeah, they definitely improved that later on. And I also didn't really like the villains, like I've already said. But other than that, I will say it is really good watch, and definitely a very important part of the series, because you see how Batman got his beginnings, how Bruce Wayne got his beginnings, his all methods and ethics, and yeah, it's really good. Very, very, very good movie. Oh my god, 18 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, this is gonna be like about a 15-minute vlog. Anyway, yeah, Matt, thanks for watching. I'll see you on Saturday.